So yeah, let's see what we have as well. We have Walking Dead. And we can go Imp. And hopefully this hits one of these two. That's probably the most perfect one we can hope for. Clear their board. Get our Walking Dead. Draw cards. Not bad. So if they spend this turn dealing with my Imp, I'm feeling pretty good because that was their whole turn. And if they just hit the concede button, that's also fine by me. So turn 1 lethal. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. About 2 months ago, I highlighted a wild Discard Warlock deck that, I'll be honest, it was a bit of a meme. It could win some games, but it would probably not get you to Legend. But with the recent release of the Lost City of Un'Goro, Discard Warlock seems to be back into a competitive archetype. And really, that's all thanks to this new card right here, Cursed Catacombs. Probably the strongest card for Wild that came out of that set. It is a 0 mana spell that discovers a minion from your deck and makes it temporary. If you're not familiar with how temporary works, when a card with temporary enters your hand, if you did not play it by the end of your turn, you discard it. And since we are playing Discard Warlock, that is not a downside. And that is because we run a handful of minions that actually want to be discarded, like the Boneweb Egg, Silverware Golem, and Walking Dead. The other card that we got from the Lost City of Un'Goro is the ever so adorable Platysaur, which is a 1 mana 1/2 that draws a card on Battlecry and you discard it on Death Rattle. So again, that downside is actually an upside in this deck, and we utilize this ability very well. But anyway, that is pretty much the new and improved Discard Warlock. It is a bit of a glass cannon deck. You either get your busted discard starts or you don't. If you don't, your opponent probably steamrolls you with whatever they're playing in Wild. But if you enjoy that kind of playstyle, I will leave the deck code down in the description. And if you enjoy Hearthstone content like this, please consider subscribing. It would help out the channel a ton. Let's get into some games.
Gul'dan versus
Ooh, a mage opponent.
My sorcery will
Are we still
prevail.
imbuing up over there?
shall be mine.
I think Soulfire is a late game card. Tiny Knight of Evil probably on turn 2 because I'm going to coin out Expired Merchant on 1. But for that reason, should I keep Soulfire just to be a discard enabler? Yeah, I'm a full keep. This seems like a pretty decent hand. Full of discard payoffs, discard spells, and minions. The quests look fun, although I still have the game uninstalled. The most sane Hearthstone player right there. So yeah, 1 mana, or turn 1 fireball you, 2 more fireballs in reserve. Much more fun watching than playing for me. I get that. I hear a lot of people share that same sentiment of like, the stress-free watching is a lot more fun. I would much rather this get countered than my Expired Merchant. Expired Merchant's probably the best card in the deck. Especially when you have Soul Barrages on deck. They're going to opt for a hero power.
Warm greetings to you.
And my hand looks absolutely disgusting right now. And then a Soulfire, another Soul Barrage. Yep. Yeah. My mage opponent probably wishes they were watching instead of playing that game. Cool. Turn 3 lethal because of old cards, but we will show a game with the new cards. Paladin. It's been, I actually haven't seen a Paladin all day.
Your soul shall be mine.
I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way. Cursed Catacombs is supposedly the best card in the deck, so I'm going to keep that. And these two are probably some of our worst discard payoffs. We have Librarian on one, as well as Catacombs. And Catacombs will find me. Now it is the question of go wide or put up a 2/5. Let's go wide. Yeah. I think going wide is the move. Turn 1, 6 attack on board. And next turn, depending on what I draw, probably just going to Kobold Librarian. Okay, so they are on Murlocs. Another Cursed Catacombs. Okay. And since they're on Murlocs, I don't imagine they have much in the way of AoE, so let's just keep on applying that pressure. Can you deal with my army of 2/1s? Not a bad turn 2 board. Casting a random spell. In Wild, you get Crystology. Not bad. And Mermy. Okay. Perfect. We will play our Broken Location, and before we do anything drastic, let's trade first so we can actually get the value off of our location. And we are just dishing more damage. An honest 10 damage. And if this 10 damage connects again, we are just 1 Soulfire away. Or 1 lucky Fist of Jaraxxus away. Okay, so Cursed Catacombs, good card. It's a confirmed good card, 0 mana, draw a card, with the downside of discarding a card. In this specific deck is absolutely busted.
Gul'dan versus Xavius.
Another Warlock opponent.
Your soul shall be mine.
But I have a Tiny Knight of Evil and a Cursed Catacomb. I feel like Tiny Knight of Evil is maybe not good in this matchup. Like in the mirror match, I just feel like both of our strategies go so wide that Tiny Knight of Evil will never have the chance to really snowball out of control. And I have double Cursed Catacombs. So let's first see what we got here. We have an egg. And we have a Walking Dead. And we got good old Platy, which finds hopefully my next turn play. It'd be very impressive if my opponent can kill my Platy with this board. Ooh. Probably not the rebuttal they were hoping for. With that, no, we just need to, let's stick to the game plan. Put a little bit of damage on that guy, go for the fist, and dish for a little bit of damage. My opponent does have significantly more cards than I do. And my one card does a whole lot of nothing. We're gonna coin out Wicked Whispers, which will be an egg. Okay. So I do need to deal with their imp. And I'm going to also deal with one of their spiders. Yeah, and just shove a little bit of damage. If we can find a chamber or our second expired merchant, that'd be fantastic. Soulfire would be insane. Fellstalker. Okay, they are confirmed on a very different build. Another Tiny Knight. Whatever this hits, I'm happy with. We'll take that. And we'll just shove damage. Four mana, deal 4 to a random is not really what you want, almost ever. But it'll be good enough. It will have to be good enough. I really did not feel like I was still in that game, but we will take it.
Gul'dan versus Valera.
Very, very fast rogue opponent, I assume.
Your soul shall be mine.
I'm gonna throw away Chamber because I do have Merchant. Silverware Golem. I might at the same time go turn 1 Tiny Knight, turn 2 Expired Merchant. Because they can kind of just get ran over by Tiny Knight. So let's see if it's that kind of game. Carry me, Tiny Knight. Okay, just a Door of Shadows. Then a Gone Fishin', and I highly doubt they run Backstab. So I'm thinking that my Tiny Knight might be safe. Hold. Could be wrong. Into Gear Shift. Okay, okay. And surely they're done doing stuff. Okay, perfect. Speaking of perfect, also get a Soul Barrage going. So then we're hitting him for 7, 11, plus 2, so maybe 13 damage next turn. If they don't have... So they've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total spells for their giants. Make that 8. Yeah. That will answer it. I could bump. Or I could just start flinging damage at their face still. Yeah, let's just keep flinging damage. Okay, well that guy is dead. And I don't think an egg is in my future, so let's just hit for 2. So more spells. Their giants are nearing 0 mana. Oh yeah, they're definitely going to be 0 mana. Here comes the giants. Very surprised. So let's go Cursed. Probably just Expired Merchant, honestly. Plus a Tiny Knight. Get that Silverware Golem out. And Breakdance can end this game very easily.
I raise, you fold.
So double coin. Arcane Giant.
Your wish is my
And Zephyrus. Into nothing. Okay, perfect. Okay. So they did kind of have to do a lot to answer that Tiny Knight. So that really just shines a light on like how good Tiny Knight of Evil is in these like super uninteractive matchups.
Gul'dan versus the
Yet
Thunder
another
King.
shaman. Is it the third big shaman of the night?
Your soul shall
Stay
be
tuned
mine.
to get absolutely dunked on by Walking Mountain. This hand is hot garbage. Really need ways to discard those guys. Can't have oops all discard minions.
I see you brought
Here we got a Reno Shaman, I'm suspecting. And... I think it's just Imp. And play the Imp. Kind of unlucky not to get one of the discard payoff minions, but what can you do? You can play 2 Platysaurs. Yeah, 2 Platysaurs. Okay, no positive discarding outlets yet. Or we do have discard outlets, just no Walking Dead, Silverware Golems, you know, the hits. Okay, well, I've felt in a better situation, but the chamber can get us out of this surely.
our gift of the arcane enlightens
Okay,
us.
we have an Astalor on the way, and we have Tiny Knight. Let's Soularium. And am I okay with those discards? I could rip this. Or I also kind of need to draw cards.
I wonder.
But would I just rather him be really big? Good point. Let's just make him really big. And we will give him +6, +3. I think we are on Operation This Has to Win Me the Game. Carry on Grub. We will crash into there. Maybe take care of him with a fist. Nope, just straight ahead. Gotta respect that. Another Walking Dead for additional taunt protection. And do I just want to discard this? Yeah, let's go ahead and discard it. It was going to be discarded at the end of turn anyway, but we'd rather get that value in now. So again, we were on Operation winning with that guy, but we are instead getting devolved. Okay. So let's see what Chamber has in store for us. Let's get out our 2/1s. A Soul Barrage. Okay. Get out the 3/4 and deal a little bit of damage. Thanks for stopping by, son. Appreciate it. Okay, can I somehow get lethal here? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 whole damage. Really wouldn't mind a way to discard something. Wicked Whispers is a way to discard something.
You are not the boss of me.
So I could... Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that discards left. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and discard there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have Expired Merchant and Guardian left. So in the off chance that Fist hits their minion, okay, not the end of the world. We can at least trade. And we'll end the turn there. Definitely did not have any opportunity for lethal there. And my opponent might have lethal right now. But with only one activation of their quest, if they're like on like Murmur or something, or one activation of their location rather, they can go Murmur, activate location. What could that be? 5 mana. They could Brawl. Okay, they're gonna go for a Brawl. As long as I win the Brawl, I may have a chance for lethal. Or I think it's guaranteed lethal, rather. So we get the Soul Barrage out of here. And then we can tap into our last Soul Barrage and Expired Merchant them out of the game. And that is probably the best advertisement I could have for a deck tracker right there, because we knew our last card was Soul Barrage. Not bad.